righty. Welcome in, everybody. Starting to join here. Got people joining in on TikTok and everywhere else. Thank you guys for your support and joining in. I know we're a little late today on Crypto Morning Chat. Fortunately, Cody won't be able to join, but if you guys could like and subscribe and share us, it's all free. It really help us out, and we enjoy the support. Cody's not gonna be able to join us as he had to go to work a little earlier than anticipated, and I got started a little later. But we're here. We're about ready to talk about everything. Shout out to Phoenix. Good morning. Welcome back in the chat again. Really glad to have you in. Glad to have you guys coming back in here. If you know, this is Crypto Morning Chat. We do this every morning, usually at 8:30 start time, but we are back in here again. So at 10 o'clock, and we do Monday through Friday, as well as what's in your portfolio on Sundays at 9 o'clock at Central Time. Everything is Central Time. We also do a lot of other segments at the end of Wednesday night. So if you miss any lives, you can certainly go to our Rumble page or YouTube and watch the replays there if you'd like. But today we're going to talk a lot about what's going on in the. talk about a lot about CPI and the Fed raising interest rates and my takes on the economy and everything, because I know people are a little scared. Crypto's been a little crazy lately. Let me get that up here for you too. I can go over all that. If you're new and you're joining, welcome in. My name is Sal. I run several businesses now. I started quite a few others. I do own real estate. I own about 95 doors. I just added another 40, so I guess I'm up over 100 now. And I invest in crypto businesses. I do accredited investing into private equity, and then I do crypto investing, which is kind of the fun thing we talk about. Cody and I, we're just texting all day, every day about investing and ideas and things like that, and just talking about what's going on in the world here. So let me get that screen shared up. We'll go quickly over what's going on in the cryptoverse over here. But shout out to Britt. She's back in here. Glad to have you in. Yes, I got the complex. She's also been one of our great moderators. Yes, I got the complex. Unfortunately, it took another $500,000 of capital to get it, but we managed to get that deal done and solidified. So now we can work on our next deal of getting another community that popped up that's being liquidated by a bank in our area. So we might be able to get that one for a little deal, but we are partnering with another gentleman in the area, another well-known property owner in the area. So kind of still is up in the air. It is probably going to be my biggest purchase thus far. We're looking at seeing what we can come up with cash for that deal, but that deal is temporary. We also, as you guys know, if you've missed Sundays live, I have put money down. We started a construction company, and as well as starting a logistics company. The logistics company is getting into work. So construction company is live. We got all the contracts underway. Everyone's out to work, so we're all good on that one. And if you guys know, that's why I can always do these lives whenever I feel like it, because I run too much business and I'm here. Without further ado, let's get into what the cryptoverse is going on. We have Bitcoin here dropping another 4% in 24 hours. We got $24,986 right now, down 6% on the week. Ethereum down 11%, down 6% since yesterday. We have XRP down 5.5% since yesterday. Same thing with Cardano. We got Solana down only about 3.5%. We have Litecoin falling 5%. Polkadot 7.5% down. We have the Binance. Binance token is down almost 6% as well. We have Cosmos down only 2%, still holding strong at 850. We also have, Hedera down about 8.6% and Quant down about 2.3%. That's about it for the blue chips that we have right now. A couple of coins we are looking at. Let me find where render token down almost 10%, 20% on the week. And then we have Axefinity, another gaming token, also down almost 26% on the week. They are suffering some big losses there as people. I think people are just losing disinterest on everything, and with the CPI news and everything, it's not as good as people think it is, and I'll explain that in a second. And we really overall, I think the crypto market, I think we're down under, yeah, we're just at a little over 1 trillion in valuation. So expect us to go down into the $900 billion for the crypto market as a whole. Gas fees are still nominally low, but you're still looking at Bitcoin dominance at almost 50% and ETH dominance at about almost 20% of market cap value. So, but with that said, though, I think we're gonna see a new bottom with everything that's going on. So definitely want to make sure we pay attention to where these bottoms hit and everything like that. So moving on, let me go try to Google this and get that CPI chart in for June 2003. There it is. Bam. Got it right off the bat. Okay, so as you guys know, the CPI index is what is the consumer price index, which is what we determine inflation is. However, it's been going on a steady downward. We went from about 9% last year to now we're at just about under 4% on these graphs here. However, that is not as good as you think, as most of it has been led by the US government releasing more oil from the reserves to cap price fluctuations on that, and they've been controlling the prices of food. So, and that's the only things that have gone down significantly. Everything else has still been a significant rise, such as, see here, we still have new vehicles up for new vehicles are down 0.1%, but you have apparel up about 0.3%. Used car and truck prices up about 4.4%. There's another really good one. You have transportation services up 0.8%, medical care services down 0.1%. Then you have medical care commodities up 0.6%, as well as, what was this? You have overall commodities up 0.6%. Then you have shelter, which is housing prices and everything, up 0.6% and everything. So it's still more expensive to buy that home you want. It's still more expensive to get health care. It's still more expensive to get the medicine. It's still more expensive to get all the consumer goods that you want. So all that stuff is still rather expensive for you guys. Give me 1 second here. All that stuff is rather expensive for you guys. Um, it's also how do I put it? It's also putting a little pressure on the sales market as things are starting to go down. Now, with that being said, the fuel, like the oil, because like I said, federal government has been dumping oil reserves into the market to reduce the prices, is down 7.7%. As gasoline of all types down 5.6%, and energy commodities down 5.6%. Overall trending down 37%. So, and that I could see as owning a moving company, I've seen our fuel costs go down, 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 down. Now, here's the problem: is that these prices are going down, but companies are leaving their prices high to recoup back those benefits. That's the problem, because they're trying to recoup back the losses they made last year by keeping the prices high, which is unfortunate because people are not going to be able to afford to keep paying these prices. Now, like I said, with moving, it's been subsidized. Like U-Haul used to be real cheap. It's not cheap anymore. You can end up spending $300 in a day to get a U-Haul if you got an average 4-bedroom house to move. But with that being said, like all primary foods and everything saw a rapid decrease, down about 1.2%. but like I said, if you are on the bottom end of the economic scale, it's going to get real rough for you. Baked goods have seen an increase of 10.7%, as well as overall food index 8.3% up for the year. So now we did spike up quite a bit, but it came down. Shout out to Wally Newberg. Nothing is cheap. Yeah, nothing is cheap anymore. Like I said, I'm an '80s kid, and I could tell you, I can remember when you could go to McDonald's and actually get good food, like a Whopper, or I mean like a Big Mac, a large fry, and a large Coke for like $3 or something like that. It has been ridiculous. Um, Shout out to Wally Newberg. Except crypto. Crypto is cheap. Exactly. Crypto is really cheap, as well as the stock market is really cheap. Minus to some degeneracy in the tech industry, tech area, and like any AI, anything AI based. Those things are just they're in a bubble right now, and it's going to burst at some point. I see people are up like 100% on some of those tech stocks. Shout out to Calix too. That is a problem that businesses prices don't bring their prices down. It is, and I've been saying that for years. As in, people don't people don't understand. Once like food industry raises prices, they don't ever come back down. Fuel prices, transportation prices, all that stuff doesn't come back down. So when Walmart raises the price for a box of Pop Tarts, it's very rarely going to come down. Prices only increase because they're always going to assume that the costs are going to increase down the road. And unfortunately, it hurts. It hurts the middle America because they're having a problem. They're suffering stagnation right now, and so if you're in the upper tier, your wages are going up. If you're in the bottom tier, because minimum wage went up, your wages went up. But if you're in the middle ground, your wages are not going anywhere. So therefore, and you are the backbone of the economy. You get taxed the most. You pay the most taxes. You pay the most commercial taxes. You pay almost everything. You're buying the most goods. You're buying the most services, and their wages aren't going up. So that is a big problem, and unfortunately, it's going to take a lot to change that. Um, so shout out to Wally Newberg. What do you mean a bubble? There's a bubble in the tech and AI industries right now because everybody's so excited about it. Everyone's so pumped. When you have that type of euphoria, people start funneling in. And I notice in crypto projects too that are relevant to AI as well, people just start funneling money into there. So prices inflate. If you have purchased stock last year in it and it has inflated, my recommendation as a trader, as a Series 7 licensed trader, is to get that money out. Get it out, leave it as cold hard cash because it's going to come back down. You can double your holdings real quick off of that. Uh, so yeah, they pretty much don't like this. While I knew we're trying, they're not even kissing us first. Exactly. Um, Shout out to Britt there. Make too much for Snap, not enough to put food in the fridge. Yeah, that's the tight things. That's what I've been telling. And I can notice that the economy's starting to shift when I could see people who work out and do a lot of nutritional bodybuilding and all that stuff. They can. They're not coming to the gym. They're cutting back. They're not doing a lot of the same stuff anymore. It's because the cost of eating a lot of super healthy foods like salmon, beef and all that stuff is it's just astronomical right now. So, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough for the middle class. Now, let me go over here, look up the r- raising interest rates here because they raised the interest rates exactly what I've been saying the whole freaking last 3 months is they're going to raise 0.5%. And that's what they did. They raised from 5% to 5.25%. I said this was going to happen. I told this was going to happen. But they're still saying people were upset that this was coming. They got to get in order for us to have a healthy economy, unfortunately, we have to have 5% unemployment. Right now, we're at like 2.3% unemployment. In order for that to happen, they need to have another 13, about 13 million people go without a job. And every time they raise the interest rate and unemployment goes up, unfortunately, it causes the bottom. There's people at the bottom that unfortunately are going to have the worst end of it. Shout out to Freedom Fighter. Welcome back in here. Glad to have you in here. Uh, are are you shorting anything at the moment? No, I have no shorts. All of them have ended at the beginning of this year with mostly, and I only really short stocks. I don't short crypto because every time I notice whether you short or go long on crypto, it goes in the opposite direction. So I don't do it on crypto, but I do it on stocks. Like Coinbase and Carvana were good calls. And that's where I got a lot of the capital I did to get to push myself to the level that I'm at now. But right now, the only thing you could probably short is just keep shorting Carvana because Carvana is going to go down, 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 and just plummet. Now, if you're going to make a bet on crypto, the graph. Let me just pull up KuCoin here. If I pull up Bitcoin here, let me just pull up Bitcoin for you guys. But Bitcoin, it's looking like we could possibly see a new low. Um, Guys, you see, there it was holding steady for a while, and then with the interest rates being raised, it's gone down. Uh, Shout out to Calixto. Any AI recommendations? Crypto recommendations? Not at the moment. I'm still holding back on it because there's too much euphoria in the market. So it's going to get pulled back. It's going to have a pullback. That's when we're going to get in. So let these degenerates think they're making money, and then when they start losing, they're going to pull their money back and really have a. That's when we can really get some good prices on it. Uh, Shout out to Red. Welcome in. Glad to have you in. What's your favorite crypto projects? Well, currently, if I can get this opened up here, I'm gonna pull up my no, I'm gonna see if I could share that screen here. But currently, I'm in Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, Atom, Dot, Quant, and Crow. However, I'm still thinking about switching Crow to Bitcoin, but I did take a lot out of my real estate fund and I bought quite a bit more Bitcoin as we kept dropping. And I'm planning on buying more if it drops even lower. Um, Shout out to Red again. Should I get out of Cardano now? That's a tough decision. You might be making a fear-based choice right now, and that's just probably not going to be good because you might miss out on getting some profits back or getting some money back. Right now it's going down with the market, but it seems like it's like they have a lot going on. It's just that they've been stagnant for so long. I would say let's see where we're at in another 21 days or 30 days and see what's going on because I have a feeling we're still dipping and Cardano is dipping with the market, not necessarily with what projects it's getting involved with. Uh, Freedom Fighter, shout out to Freedom Fighter. Funny how majority of market is saying this time is different and are bulls. Uh, yes, it is. I think most of the people have been shaken out thus far, so we're going to see another good play on it. Um, we're going to see another good play, but we're still going down. We're still going to trend downwards because people keep thinking interest rates are going to go lower, and I keep telling you guys interest rates are only going to go higher. We're going to get back to like 8, 9, 10%. Like, trust me, I have a feeling. If not, then great. But I'm going to go doom and gloom and assume that we're going to get back to 8 and 9%, which is when I turned 21, which is right around where it was. We had one of the most thriving economies in the world at the time. Um, Shout out to Clicks too. Some people are saying Bitcoin may go down to 12K. Thoughts? That's a little low for my opinion. I think we're going to hit maybe 18,000 because too many people are buying in, as well as you got big banks, big hedge funds, BlackRock, JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs, all buying Bitcoin as it's on its way down. So they're definitely buying everyone's fear sells right now. I'm pretty sure the greed and stock index, the greed and fear index is probably starting to go downwards. Let me take a look at that real quick. Oops, wrong button. So yeah, let's take a quick look at that, see where we are. So yeah, it's slipped down from like in the 50 range down to we're going back into fear, which makes sense because that's we're starting to see the sell off, which is good for us who don't have a lot of we don't have a lot. If you don't have a lot of capital, we can start getting more coins for the money that we're spending. That's a really good thing. So I don't see that being too much of a problem. And although I don't see us going down to 12K, that might be like some people making some degenerate guesses. I do think we're going to go down to about 18,700. I do think Ethereum is going to go down to about 1,100, 1,000. Uh, so shout out to Red. You're welcome. Glad I could answer that for you. Shout out to Clixo Red. I actually have a small amount in Rose and Ocean. Thinking of buying more. Oops, I can't really pull that up while it's low. Exactly. Is there any other comments I missed? Okay, I think I'm all caught up on the comments. I'm actually going to go ahead and put the link in on Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube. If you guys want to join in on the live and give your feedback, thoughts, and opinions, you certainly can. I'm going to put that in here for you guys. So, but we do appreciate it. You guys are definitely a wonderful community. You guys doing asking a lot of smart questions, definitely. Um, but let's get back over to that. Let me show you here. We're gonna get back over to the fear index. So as we're going down here, I expect this to drop back down to like this red area, like right over here, probably around like a 30s to 40s, 30s to I'd say low 30s to high 20s range again. And then that's a good time to start accumulating. Shout out to Freedom Fighter, BTC 11K, and Prey. Richard Hart since 2021. Yeah, he's been saying it's going to drop, 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 drop constantly. He may be right, but you can be a doom and gloomer forever and eventually be right. But for the short term, I expect it to get down within the next couple months to get down to 18,000. Now, if we keep going down, then we'll reassess and we'll probably, I might make a good target of 10,000. Now, if it does get to 10,000, that is a really, really, really good buy to get. I would be buying like there's no tomorrow. I'd just screw real estate, screw everything. I'll just be buying Bitcoin all day, every day because I know once the economy resets, once everything gets back on track, people get back on track, everyone gets comfortable again, Bitcoin will rise back up to 50, 60, 70,000. We may even hit new all-time highs with that. But with that said, everything would go up. So we kind of be back into like the bull market 2 bull markets ago, where no matter what you put money into, it just kind of shot up. Now we still have a lot going on with the SEC and with Binance. Although it looks like Binance is holding its own against that, but we still have the SEC throwing degenerate throws left and right, trying to cause as much chaos as possible. And I think that's all because Gary Gensler wants to be a degenerate asshole about it and really hurt everyone's pocketbook. Let me see if I can pull that up there. We should be having. He's going to get involved, roped up into that FTX stuff, which we won't see until October. Which remember, when that hits, the markets are probably going to go down again because we're only going to find out bad news about that. and most likely it's going to be very bad news. So, but for a lot of people, then you might find out that Gary Gensler is the degenerate asshole that he is, and we'll take it from we'll just take it from there. Shout out to Brit. People out here acting like there isn't plenty of money for all of us, and that's true. There really is. However, when you really think about it, in order for us to curb inflation, we have to stop putting purchasing, buying, and pressure on the dollar. In order for that to happen, you need more millionaires holding more money and not spending in it, or like buying assets like high end condo projects in like New York City for like 45, $50 million that they'll never release within at least no less than 10 years. That's what it's gonna take to get rid of it. Let's see here. I'm gonna pull up Gary Gensler news. Oh man, I'm so tired. And I do apologize. It's been a hell of a week. It's been busy. I've been able to get on here as much on live for you guys. Shout out to Brit again, and that's where crypto comes in exactly. Now I know there's a lot of talk about the U.S. dollar losing value and everything. Yes, it's going to steadily lose value under the system that it is in. However, as long as you have the biggest gun, which is what the United States has, we're still going to be reserve currency. Because not many people realize that there's hundreds of small countries that use the U.S. currency as its currency. Not to mention, all markets eventually trade in US dollars. Now, when we start having drug dealers and scam artists not wanting the US dollar, now we got a problem. That's when I would say we have a problem. But right now, if the US dollar no longer is the world currency, none of us will be alive. That's how I see it. I don't think any of us will be around when that happens. But let me see if I could share my screen here. Um, and shout out to all you guys joining in. We got quite a bit of people constantly piling in here. A shout out to Joey Ducey. How long do you think Bitcoin will fall? I'm prepared to buy a full one. Uh, if you're prepared to buy a full one right now, then you might want to wait a little longer because you might get a full 1.5 in a couple months. I'm thinking 18,000 in a couple months. But if we get super bad news, we might see Richard Hart's 11K pretty quickly if we get super bad news out of FTX case, which we won't know until October. So that's kind of a bad thing right now. However, the only good news is that the Hinman files kind of gave clarity on a lot of cryptos without directly saying a lot of cryptos, because it basically said as long as something is sufficiently decentralized, you will have it's not a security. It has now been released and is now part of the test for crypto. So we are. Oh, sorry about this. Shout out Crypto Wizard. Welcome back in the chat here. Um, so with that being said, a lot of cryptos are going to be labeled as commodities, um, but we still got a long way to go. But the SEC is really trying to throw some Hail Marys out there. And I think Gary Gensler's doing it because he's upset that his boy SBF is in trouble and not CZ. Now, CZ is going to weather this fine. They're going to go through some FUD, some trouble, and some bullshit, but they're going to get out of it in there. Shout out to Crypto Granny. Welcome in there. 12K for sure. Yeah, if we definitely have a bad next 6 months, we could probably see it, maybe even 10K if it's really bad. But like I said, the Fed are still going to raise rates. Expect rates by the end of the year to be closer to 6% going into next year. I fully believe that. So we're going to see it down, and we're going to see big crypto markets go down. This is a good time, a fortuitous time to do dollar cost averaging in. And shout out Crypto Granny, you're welcome. Glad to have you in the stream. Really like and support. Give us a shout out and a follow if you could. It really help. Shout out to Joey Ducey. Do you really think the market and Bitcoin is going to get worse? Absolutely. This is the final drop. And we're going to start seeing a little bit more. If I could go back to Bitcoin here, and let's do the day thing here if I can get a little bit. So we're kind of like in this area. If you guys are on YouTube, we're kind of in this area. So we got another drop, but then once we get that final drop, we'll start another uprise. Um, but I think this year is just going to be another drop, just like last year. Last year it started in the beginning because a lot of crypto, like Voyager and Celsius, went bankrupt, so we had immediate deep dive. We're going to have that again. Shout out to Wally Newberg. If I want cash from my portfolio, can I just link my account and pull it taxed? With crypto, you have to pay the taxes at the end of the year when you file. So, and you might want to get a good crypto tax attorney, someone who's well versed in that, because it is very, 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 very complicated to do. So that's what I'd recommend. But I would just, you're going to have to do pen and paper, Excel spreadsheet, keep track of what you're pulling out. I would recommend just take 40%, 45% out, set it aside, so that way you have ample money to pay your taxes. Uh, Shout out to Joey Ducey, ADA, XRP Quant, the graphs are the future. I definitely have XRP and Quant in my wallet. As I said, I hold Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, Quant, Crow, Atom, and Dot. That's it. And I might be adding a link to it. I'm still waiting. I'm still waiting for it to get down another dollar to really get some money and buy into it. So shout out to you guys. Damn, 45%. Yep, we were gonna have a nice dip. Shout out to Crypto Granny. ETH going to 1K, maybe less. 1K seems about a fair value, but if we have absolute worst case news, we could see 750 again, if not a little lower. And that could be from just bad SEC stuff and things like that. US depegged, yes, and that's mostly because of their Bitcoin holdings dropping, I think. But it's still, I mean, I was never a big fan favorite of stable coins anyway. Shout out to Red Thought on Litecoin. They're definitely putting in the work now. I thought it was a dead project last year, but no, they're putting in work and they're getting stuff. They're getting stuff going. It's definitely Cody and I are thinking about putting a long term hold on Litecoin for the future. It's the let me just pull up here see if I can get it. I don't think I pulled up the right one, but we definitely think it's a good play for us in the future. It has a lot of potential, a lot of upside trading wise. It's a good trade to get a little bit in there. Let me just where the hell did it go? Let me pull that up here. LTC. Okay, that's why. LTC. Let's go. All right. Let's go back to the 30 minutes here. And shout out to Crypto Granny joining. Hope you guys have a great day as well. Love to have you in there. Shout out to Crypto Mike. Glad to have you in here. Welcome back to the stream. I know it's been a crazy week as well for me too. Very busy. Um, Litecoin right now, it's probably sitting at a good low compared to where it's been. I think, yeah, we're a little lower than where it was about a year ago. Or no, I'm sorry, about 2 years ago. Let me go back over to day here. Yes, a lot lower. Oh, excuse me. But they are making moves. It is something that could go run up for sure on the next market, but definitely going to keep my eyes on Litecoin. If we do have a good negative drop, we are definitely going to see some traction on in the future. I do apologize here. My chair is one of the things I got replaced in this office. Um, with that being said, though, I still think we're still going to overall the crypto market should hit a valuation of about 850 billion, and then we're going to start seeing maybe upwards trends. But here's the thing, though: retail investors are paying more and more attention. You guys got to give credit to them because they're starting to talk about it. They're starting to look at it. They've learned their lesson from the last bull run, so they could, in effect, cause a moonshot coming. Uh, Wally Newberg fought on Rise of Litecoin after its halving. That's coming soon. Yes, it is. It is coming soon. That's part of the reason it's going to make it take off a little bit. But we also have more projects. They're actually doing what they said they're going to do. So that enough is enough to push it forward a little bit. Excuse me. But if we're going back to, and I want to state this back to interest rates because I don't want people to not realize that we are going to see a couple more rate hikes, and probably over the next year or two until unemployment gets to about 5.5%. Right now, it's at 2.3% of total work able people, so that needs to get to 5%. A job needs to be a little more scarce because right now there's still too many jobs, still too many projects. Like commercial construction is still booming, residential construction is still booming, apartments and rental projects are still booming in anticipation. However, people that made bad loans, APY loans, are getting their asses handed to them. So you're going to have a good it's going to become a good buying season if you are able to buy some properties. Shout out to Freedom Friday. They should have ripped the band-aid off and hiked. Exactly. Actually, in my opinion, they should just rip the band-aid off in 2008 and just let banks fail. That would have solved all the problems, and we would not be in this situation today. That's my personal opinion, just as a trader and my experience working in the market. Shout out to Surgic Banger. Welcome back in. Yeah, we could take a look at those two in just a second here. So you have SRB and OTK. Tell me which on is a better to buy on a 1 day chart. Yeah, we can definitely take a look at it. I do have to clear out some of these things in here. So let me just get these cleared out. So we have a little bit of room here. So we have SRP, and then we have OTK. I get those pulled up here. Let's get that zoomed in there. Well, I can tell you right now, OTK looks like they're having quite a bit of buy orders. You had a lot of sell, and now you're starting to get a handful of buys. Let's see here. Because right now we are evaluated at 0.006, and the other one's at 0.000005. Let's take a look at that one. Let's see where that one is. If you're looking for a quick buy, it looks like the OTK is in the short term in the next couple hours is going to have a good run up there to get back to a resistance level, and then you can sell. That's my opinion, but I don't usually pick risky stocks as myself and never put more money in than what you're willing to lose. But I'm guessing OTK has a little bit better of the chart than SRB, but SRB looks like it's going to be trading flat. We're not seeing any dips or anything, and the buy orders, not really, the orders aren't even coming in strong on buy or sell. So it's kind of hard to see some price action, whereas this seems to be getting some traction going. Let me see and make sure I didn't miss anyone's comments. Shout out to Crypto Mike. Cody couldn't come in today. We started off a little late, so do apologize. He had to go to work early, so he was not joining with us today, but he will be in on tomorrow's stream for sure. with us. Cody does work a 9 to 5, so has a regular career. So he is work does have a pretty set hours. Sometimes he comes in. SRBP. I might have been sorry, but I do have SRBP up here. Surgic Banger. Um, I might have said it wrong. I do apologize, but SRBP. I'm still seeing OTK as the better buy for a potential run up, but it's hard to say right now. But it looks like if you threw $500 at it and it rose up back up to the point two, then I'd cash out immediately. Let me just make sure I didn't miss anyone else's. I thank you and shout out Maria Wells for the follow. Really appreciate it. I think a couple other people followed. Shout out to Crypto Granny for the follow too. Really appreciate that as well. So definitely thank you guys and thank you for all your fun support here. Definitely send me a message. Let me know if you want to join in. If you guys got any thoughts and you want to share them live, the floor can be yours for a few minutes if you'd like. I As far as the overall economy, I know that every YouTuber out there, every person is saying recession, recession, recession. I'm gonna let you guys know we already were in a recession a year ago. I've been tracking all my earnings and everything, and I'm looking at earnings have been going down about 25% every month in all my companies. So I'm looking at, but they've stabilized recently. Like just in the last couple months, I've only been down about 10%, and I've been slowly increasing as well. So like, let's see, I've been seeing a 50% increase in my moving company every month in earnings since March. That's when the turnaround happened. So from July of last year to end of February, we were in a recession. Now we're just coming out of it and you're starting to see it. How this recession is going to play for you guys in crypto is it's going to be a good place to get that money in. It's going to be a real good place to get that money in. I know a lot of you guys think the recession is coming, but it's already here and we're already kind of coming out of it. I'm noticing home buyers, people are still buying homes. Rent prices have come down. I've noticed I'm getting about 30% less rental applications per month. So people are back to buying, not renting. However, my warehouse is filled to the brim with storage for people's stuff. So we are packed. A 250,000 square foot warehouse and it's packed to the brim. Barely have enough room for all the forklifts and equipment we have. And that's a problem when you get these people out and into their houses. As far as the fuel's going to go down. I noticed that people didn't travel for this Memorial Day, and I don't think people will travel for 4th of July. Not as much as they did last year. I think the average person is saving their money, stacking it away, trying to pay off debt, trying to get back to like a neutral zero. I think that's what's trying to happen. Shout out to Caddy. Just saw you briefly in there. Welcome back to the stream. Glad to have you in here. And shout out to all of our regulars. Thanks for joining in. Really glad to have you guys in here. Really love and appreciate the support. Shout out to In a Native Sports. This man just speaking for himself. Hey, that we all are just really speaking for ourselves, and I can only really give my opinion. And unfortunately, it's very hard to predict any economy and market because there's hundreds of millions of people at play. It's and you can't predict that. It's human nature, and you got hundreds of millions of people making decisions for themselves. It's going to go either one way or the other, but it's going to be very, 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 very hard to predict that. But anyone guaranteeing you that they can do 95% increases, that is absolutely 100% a lie. I can tell you right now, I'm experiencing probably across the board a 10% downturn on all my investments, on my earnings, on everything that we're hearing. Shout out to Crypto Mike. I believe we've been in a recession. Absolutely, we've already been in a recession. Usually, what it is when you start thinking there is a recession, we've already been in it, and we're already starting to move out of it. So it is, it is what it is. But this one, I think what we're trying to avoid is stagnation, which is very, very, very bad. We're trying to avoid that. However, unfortunately, stagnation has already hit the middle class, and that is the biggest problem because that is literally the heart and soul of the American economy. And if they are suffering stagnation, then everyone else is going down. But I can tell you right now, my fine lines division on my delivering company, the rich, they're buying like there's no tomorrow. Stuff just keeps coming in. We just did an order for a we delivered a purchase order from a high end designer for a wealthy person down in where the devil is it? Down in Tampa, and then we delivered some down to Key West, and it was $3.4 million, and we just been getting those orders like clockwork, and that's the only thing really propping up the delivery side because all the discount retailers, the cheap stuff from Wayfair, all that stuff is down like 70%. The discount furniture stores that I delivered for in Arkansas, Kansas, Oklahoma, and Missouri said about 80% of them went out of business very quietly, just shut their doors. So that goes to tell me that the bottom tier of the economy is starting to suffer. And unfortunately, if you are in one of these southern states, they also cut benefits too. Because as many of you know, Arkansas is broke. We are broke in Arkansas. The state is broke. Matter of fact, it's so broke that I was thinking about moving from one county to the next. I was thinking about moving from Washington County to Benton County, and I couldn't because I paid too much taxes. And they built their budget around the taxes that myself and like four other people pay in this godforsaken county. I want to get out of here. I'm not gonna lie, I want to get out of here. However, I can't move my business, so I have to keep my headquarters here, which is where I pay my taxes, which is why I'm in this lovely office. So it's unfortunate, but I appreciate all your guys' support. Let me see. I want to make sure because you guys are definitely commenting on. Shout out to Crypto and Mike. I used to deliver high end furniture for MC Colsters back in the day. Exactly. Their business is just going, but furniture stores, the low end, like the discounts, buy here, pay here stuff, they're all coming to an end. I know a buy here, pay here dealership went out of business. They were an Arkansas only company. Um, Shout out to Brit. They probably wouldn't be as broke if they didn't mishandle and botch medical. Exactly. They kind of dropped that bag for them, and unfortunately, we're moving out a lot of doctors, lawyers, and physicians and nurses out of the state. So it's going to be a very bad thing. Healthcare is going to be real bad in Arkansas in the next 10 to 15 years. Shout out to Caddy. We've been in recession. The admin trying to change the definition of recession. You are absolutely right. And shout out to you guys. We enjoy listening to him speak for himself. Hey, I really appreciate you guys. I try to give you guys as much of my thoughts as I can for you guys. Shout out to Calixto. Thanks for joining in. We're glad to have you on the live today. You have a great day as well. We really appreciate your support. Hope you can give us a nice share before you leave. Really support you guys joining in and asking questions and being really active in the comment section there. And if you guys are on other platforms, Rumble, Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, we do have most of our viewers on TikTok because that's where we get our start from. But we appreciate wherever you are to help give a like, subscribe, and follow. Really appreciate. As far as being a recession, I think we're actually going to be coming out of it. But we do need interest rates to pop up another 0.5%. I'm not going to lie. We need not just for my own degenerate wants, because if it pops up another 0.5%, there's another apartment community which I know they have an APY loan on. They'll go bust, and that'd be a good time to sneak in there and grab some funds. But as far as the overall economy, it seems like we're still going strong. Businesses are still hiring. However, I will say this is going to be a kind of a bad sign for anyone who's in heavy manual labor industries, is that like in Arkansas, we have chicken plants. You have George's, Tyson, let's hit 10K guys radio. That's great. Hey, I appreciate the help there. Thank you, Crypto Mike. Really appreciate it. Let's get to 10K likes. Let's see if we can get there. Uh, we in the with these chicken play because these guys used to hire a lot, so much so they have training centers just to figure out, just for hire, or I should say, hiring centers. Man, sorry, allergies. Um, we had the hiring centers in here, and they're starting to shut down because some guy, I think he was in the Siloam plant for Simmons, I believe it was, but some guy figured out how to run a 200 person plant for 10 people. Figured out how to do all the automation and everything, set it all up, and that changed it. They just implemented that nationwide, and it was over from there. So these guys were paying like $28 an hour. I think their overnight cleaning crew was getting up to $38 an hour if you know how to clean the machines properly. And man, whew, they oof, oof, man, they just they are cutting those jobs. So there's going to be a lot of those people that used to have that income are going to disappear in Arkansas, Missouri, and Oklahoma, wherever the chicken farms are, and Alabama and Mississippi, as they don't need as much people now. As far as the trucks driving those things, oh, we can't keep up with those lanes. They need about 120% more drivers and trucks on the road to facilitate demand accurately. And let's not talk about all the vegetarian bullshit and tofu, beans, and all that other crap and avocados that we got to ship out of California. Every day I'm getting like there's 800 loads from California, and that stuff is sitting there perishing. And the amount of diesel that we got to haul that shit out of California and all across the country is just astronomical. That's why a lot of drivers don't want to do it. It's not it's not beneficial for them. Shout out to Crypto Mike. AI is taking over the warehouse industry. Yeah, it certainly is, especially in like places like Amazon fulfillment centers, Target, Walmart, all those big box retailers, Best Buy, and like the meat packing plants. Like the meat plant used to be. My grandpa worked in the meat plant, and he worked there for in New Jersey for I think like 48 years. That was a stable job, and he was getting paid in the 70s and 80s $25 an hour, which was crazy because he was also a foreman and ran the whole and was responsible for making sure the floor was run for I think like one of the second third shift. So it's definitely changing because you're not having those type of jobs anymore. So what do we do as shout to Brit? So what do we do as humans? LOL. That's what I'm worried about. We will be useless. Um, we won't, humans won't be useless, but the people who don't strive to do anything better than minimal work will become useless. And we either going to go two ways in that. You're either going to have universal income come out, although we tried that with COVID and COVID benefits, didn't work out too well. It kind of sucked. The other option is you let them perish. It's hard to say. It's really hard to say. It's tough love. I don't like to say it, but that's what could happen. Uh, but there'll be other things that we go into. Like we're seeing the world as being stagnant, but it's really not stagnant. There's other industries starting to come out. I mean, we're gonna start getting into space more. We're gonna start doing a lot of other things. There's new industries that are gonna pop up out of nowhere. I mean, what the hell do we do if we develop interstellar travel? We start going out there and we find another race, and all of a sudden the economy changes, right? Because now everybody wants to start trading with this other species, and they want to work with us. So it's like we don't know, but everything is forever growing. Shout out to Crypto Mike. A lot of jobs gone now. I see autonomous forklifts taking jobs. Yes, forklifts can definitely are definitely going to come. They're definitely going. Now, the only thing that sets us apart right now is that humans can handle fragile items with care, where autonomous robots cannot. Sal to Leon, become a journeyman of computers, learn how to read any document and code. Yes, coding is going to become very important, especially as we move into quantum mechanics and quantum computers. We're going to need more specialized people in that area than what we have now. Ooh, let me see if that's. Apologize there. It's just one of those spam callers. Speaking of bots calling. There we go. So unfortunately, that's where we're going. But like the remedial jobs now, artisan jobs will be around. So like handcrafted cars will become more and more popular. Handcrafted machines will become high end items. But you might one day in another 50 years see a robot FedEx driver delivering your packages. You know, and unfortunately, because those jobs pay very, very well, something like 85 to $90,000 a year. If you're willing to work, get up at 4 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning, and get done at 7, 8 o'clock at night. And exactly, shout out to Leon. Still need humans. Integrating AI with existing systems are still manual. Exactly. We still have a lot of manual systems. There's still a lot of things that we can't do, but something like sorting waste, cleaning septic lines. Do you really want humans to do that, or do you want a bot to do that? That's what I'm thinking. It gives us the ability to use more potential of our human potential as we grow. And shout out to you guys. We're at 9.3K likes. We're almost to 10,000. Really appreciate your love there. We're almost at 10,000 on TikTok. So really help get those likes up if you're on there. Shout out to Britt. Neither that guy from Dirty Jobs. Definitely. He's adamant for all of that, but however, times are just naturally going to change. But I also don't see a lot of Gen Z and the next generation coming up to even want to be involved in manual labor jobs. But like the moving industry, you still need people because robots can't do what we're doing yet. So we still have a long way to go, another 50, 60 years. But simple tasks in the warehouse will be automated. Sorting, moving packages from one side of the warehouse to the other, automated forklifts, that's all going to be done. But you'll still have to have someone there watching the equipment and everything. It's just like I said at McDonald's. With McDonald's switching to the touchscreens to order, you might only need 3 people now to run the kitchen and just prep all the orders, but you still need to pay someone $150,000 a year to come out and fix that stuff. So that's kind of like where my mind is at with it. But we still got a long way to go with that. But as far back to our talk about a recession, we already had it happen. We still got a long way. So, excuse me, still got a long way to go to get out of it. And trust me, the Fed is going to break this economy, which will give us like the Band-Aid pull off effect first. But unfortunately, that's what has to happen for us to get to where we want to go. And cool beans. Shout out to you guys. We hit 10K likes. Really appreciate it. We're at 10,000.1 likes. 10.1 thousand likes. So really appreciate that, guys. And we appreciate you guys too on the other channels that are watching. I know we're still growing on those channels. But if you're on TikTok and curious about those, you can go watch the relives in the bio. Links are in the bio to all the end. Oh, 12.5 on mine. Okay, well, I guess a little higher. Then I guess my screen can't keep up with it. But with that being said, guys, it is kind of a little busy day. I gotta get back to work. If you guys are interested in learning more about us and supporting the channel, link is in. You can join us on Patreon. We're gonna do some more exclusive videos there. And thanks to you guys who already joined as supporters. You did help us get a really cool mic, so it is on the way. So really appreciate your support there. But it's $3 to join. You get to watch all the exclusive videos. I will be bringing exclusive interviews, so you don't have to pay any more for that, but there'll be exclusive interviews with other business owners that I have met, colleagues, talking about business, talking about things that they're doing, things like that, successful people in the industries that they were for the last 30, 40, 50 years, and other wealthy people. Shout out to you, Crypto Mike. Have a great day. Glad to have you in here today. Glad to have all you guys in here. Really appreciate the support and the love and the chat and everything. Really appreciate everyone else and commenting in there. You guys definitely had a great conversation in there. If you wish for a portfolio analysis and all that other stuff, it's also on Patreon there as well. You can join there and give you 4 1-hour sessions once a week to help you understand your portfolio and where it's trending, and we can go over your thoughts and ideas. I can help guide you in the right direction. However, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm only a licensed broker with a Series 7. You need a financial advisor with a Series 6 to really help you out. They can map out your entire financial life to wherever you want it to go. With that said, guys, I will see you guys tomorrow morning. We'll definitely have a stream. I gotta get out of this office to run to the bank to start my day and everything. Getting some documents signed and everything for my next big project I will be purchasing. So really appreciate you guys, and Abster 500. Thanks for the like and the follow. Really appreciate you joining in. Definitely, if you guys want to watch our replays, go to YouTube or Rumble. All the replays of all our lives are right there. And definitely, we really do appreciate it. And shout out to Brid. You have a great day as well. And appreciate it. I don't really see this as teaching. I just really see it as, me talking what my thoughts are. And I'm glad to have you guys listen in. Really appreciate it. With that said, guys, I'm going to check out here. Remember to respect the process. Don't invest more than what you're comfortable losing. And always have a great day. Thank you, guys. Shout out to Wally Newberg. You're welcome. I appreciate the hard thanks there. And thanks. You're welcome for all the good info. Just thoughts on my mind. Glad to have you in here. I will see you guys tomorrow. Definitely check out our other platforms. And if you're interested in supporting my moving company and detail company, the link is on YouTube. You can go right there and click on Facebook and then go to the other YouTubes and stuff like that. And you can give some follows and likes there for us as well. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. Have a wonderful day. We'll see you tomorrow.